Does leading worship have an age limit? The one thing we're not talking enough about is countering ageism in the church. Pastors and even other worship leaders say that there is an expiration or a shelf life for the leader. But did you know that the majority yet underrated age of worship leaders is between 40 and 60? No, they may not all be wearing skinny or baggy jeans, but their heart and mindset possess a wealth of wisdom, seasoned with understanding, knowledge, and experience. Look, I get it. You shouldn't try to be something you're not, but you also don't need to be scared of who you are. The truth is, there's nothing to prove to anyone. Here's 2 facts. Number 1, older worship leaders have a passionate heart for shepherding people in worship, while number 2, younger worship leaders desire to have a shepherd's heart for leading people in worship. Both sets of worship leaders don't want to be labeled because they both have an equal amount of needed skills and experience specific to their church. Worship leaders who are over 40 years old make up more than 50% of all U.S. churches. And what's interesting is that most churches have a congregational base age of 50 plus years old anyway. So why haven't churches made the connection between the demographics of worship leaders in the majority of U.S. churches and the relevant makeup age of their local church? But for leaders and churches who believe that younger is cooler, this puts an unnecessary pressure on younger worship leaders to stay young and for older leaders to feel like they've aged out or fear of being aged out. This is simply pure arrogance on the leadership's part to put that on the worship leaders, plus it's also age discrimination. Defining expectations doesn't mean that you have to come off as eccentric or a poser hipster. You don't even have to change your wardrobe or hairstyle. You just need to commit to being who you are in God, honoring Christ-like habits, your perspective on life, God-given experience, and become the teacher and model for leading worship that He's called you to be. Age doesn't lead worship. The Holy Spirit does. You have more opportunities today to be the leader He's created you to be and to grow in ways you've longed to adopt. Remember, let the worship begin before it begins. Until next time, I'm Brandon.